All right, everybody can see my screen? Good, Dave? All right, so just to bring everybody up to speed on who we are and what we're doing. So Black Achievers Professional Network, we're the #1 network for Black professionals in the city of Cincinnati, and now we're expanding nationwide, which is very, very exciting. Today's agenda, I'll give an update on some of the cool things that we have going on, and then we're going to jump right into a networking session. So we'll have a breakout room, #1, where you guys can network with each other in small groups. For those who haven't been here before, make sure you connect on LinkedIn and get some contact information from people who you meet in there. And then we'll jump into some opportunities that we have for board leadership. So we have ArtsWave here today, Janice, and we have Leadership Council, Jenny Berg, who have been great partners in our organization, and they really are trying to create opportunities for African-American professionals in the board space and in the art space. So that will definitely be a great presentation. And then we'll jump into another networking session around a different topic. And then we will go into some opportunities from Gilman Partners with Angel Beats and Main Street Ventures with Kelly Bonnell. Gilman is primarily around employment, so people who need opportunities for employment, and then Main Street Ventures actually has a lot of grant opportunities, which is amazing for our small business owners to learn about that. And then we're going to have a virtual roundtable member spotlight. So there's 8 individuals who have stepped forward who like to kind of give their insight on what they're doing to thrive in 2021, dealing with all this coronavirus and all the things that we've been dealing with, and then work from home and potentially going back into the office, and then furloughs and unemployment, and just all of those types of things. We want to kind of get that out in the roundtable and have good conversations about that. And then our final breakout room networking session will be the last one for the evening. And then we'll go from there and give you guys some next steps as far as connecting with us for different opportunities. Now, throughout the presentation, there'll be email addresses that will come up that will say, if you're interested in an investment opportunity, send an email there, or investment in a board, send an email there. So make sure you're writing those down. And we're also recording this presentation, so that way that you'll have the ability to go back through it when we send it out. And then you can send us emails for places that you might be interested in participating. All right, so a little bit background about us. So Black Achievers' mission is to connect, educate, and economically empower the African-American community. We started in 2018, a small group of us got together, and we had formalized a 501c3 in 2020. My name is Michael Moore, and basically I'm a native of Cincinnati, UC grad, went to Elder High School, business owner, IT manager at Fifth Third Bank. So that's a little bit about me, and that's the good old days where we used to meet in person, and I'm hoping vaccines and everything that we got going on. I see Jackie standing right there, great picture of you, Jackie. You got going on, we'll be back to this hopefully in the fall, maybe August, September, October. I don't see why not, but God willing, definitely in 2022. And we're gonna start introducing the concept of an end of the year gala, which I wanna socialize out there, let you know we'll be having some award ceremonies once we're back in person, and that'll probably be for 2022. A little bit about our background here. So our board of directors is myself, David Yoha, and Leandre McFadden. We are the board of directors for the organization so far. We have key advisors of Carl Satterwhite with RCF Group, Mary Stagaman with her own company, Stagaman LLC, and Bill Tucker with Flywheel, who's in the social enterprise space. And our major donors who kicked us off was Philip Holloman. He's the retired president of Centos, and Alicia Kittner from ArtsWave is our title sponsor, and Scott Provinger with Ignite Philanthropy. So that gives you an idea of the background of our organization and kind of where we came from. So about Black Achievers, 4,000 Black professionals are members, and that's just in the greater tri-state area. So we have over 30,000 nationwide, and we are expanding nationally now with chapters. So we'll go over a little bit more about that. And if you know someone in a particular city that would like to apply to be a chapter president, we can discuss that and get them into our pipeline as well. We have 540 Black business owners or members, which is very exciting. We have some programs for them as well, which we'll go over in a minute, that we've spun up, a business academy. And we have 15 community partnerships that we have set up and established. So that gives you an idea of where we are as far as our scale. So Black Achievers national chapters, we're going to go over that here in a second. I think, Dave, if you know how to clear our screen, that'd be great. No, we have to leave that alone. I have no idea. All right, so we have started our national chapters, and we have 3 national chapter presidents who stepped forward. This is very, very exciting for us to have our, basically what I've been trying to do is primarily connect African Americans. So it's like, we don't need to wait 10 years in Cincinnati to start doing that in other cities. We need to go ahead and just get this ball rolling, because we know, we have a lot of issues in our community centered around the whole crabs in a barrel, not working together, competition over collaboration. Like, we have to solve those things, and we have to solve them quickly, and we have to solve them everywhere at the same time for us to really start to have some traction and really start to make our way into the American dream. So I'd like to thank Terry Green. He's going to be our chapter president in Columbus, Ohio. Terry is very well established in Columbus and has his own nonprofit organization. And you guys will hear more from him once we start having our chapter president meetings spun up. And we have Mecca Fowler. She's actually the first hired employee of Black Achievers. She helps me with all of our social media campaigns and is actually our first employee, like I said, but she also has recognized how powerful what we're doing is, and she wants to step forward and be a chapter president in Raleigh, North Carolina. And then we have our very own Michael Yoha, who is Cincinnati. I went to UC with him, and he is relocating to Cleveland and has volunteered to be chapter president in Cleveland, Ohio. So that's very exciting to have these 3 individuals step forward. There are 15 opportunities for cities. If you go to our website and click on chapters, it is a volunteer position. It is going to basically, the term is just for 6 months, just for us to get these things stood up off the ground. And we're going to meet once every other week. So it's twice per month, and it's via Zoom. So it's not a huge time commitment. And essentially, in the very beginning, it is just to invite members via LinkedIn. So we ask that you have at least between 100 to 500 LinkedIn connections to be a chapter president. So you can invite those people in your network immediately to your chapter group that we have on LinkedIn. And basically, I have a roadmap of how I've built it here in Cincinnati. And then I'll share that with each chapter president. And then essentially, we will start to build each city the same way that I built it here, and get each city to around 4,000 to 5,000 people locally. If you or somebody you know is interested in a city that is listed on our website, please send an email to chapters@blackachievers.com, and we'd be happy to get you on our next call and then kind of walk through what the process would look like for you to maybe be a chapter president. Very exciting stuff. So we have a Black Achievers Business Academy that we have spun up. This is directly a result of Main Street Ventures giving us a grant, which allowed us to formalize our help of small business owners. So it's very exciting. We've had over 40 applications for our Business Academy, and we've selected 10 individuals who I'm going to highlight now. And we're actually going to have this up on our website once we have an official launch for April 22nd. But these are the individuals being our first cohort. So Kay Grabbins from Career K. So she helps individuals with their career, resumes, et cetera, et cetera. And Kristen Brown with Hypernova Technologies. I think it's website development and things of that nature. And then we have Nina Stiles with Cadre Solutions. We have Charles McLennan. I think he's with P&G, but he has his own company called Networking Business Credit, which is very exciting. We have Marquita Pizarro. She has a company called Culinary Creations, where she's doing a lot of things with different foods and things like that. We have Joshua Hill with Synergy Life. He's doing workforce development applications, I believe. And then Jalea Stowers Grimes. She has a project services, project management type organization. Matthew Cohn with Cohn Graphics, so he's a graphic designer. And I believe Will Carter is on. He has an amazing organization, which you guys will hear more about later. It's basically crowdfunding for African Americans to be able to invest our dollars into different investment opportunities. And he's with WeProsper.com. And we have Jasmine Nixon, who has an organization called Speak LLC that helps women, I believe, with depression and anxiety fight through those types of things. So this is a virtual round of applause for these individuals who are part of our network, who step forward, who want to participate in our Business Academy. It's going to be huge for them. They're going to get a lot of notoriety and publicity out of this. And then also, we're going to serve as a pipeline for larger accelerators. So the entire concept is that most of these accelerators like Brandery and Aviatra and Flywheel and Hillman that we have relationships with, they have a lack of diversity in terms of how many African Americans are in their cohorts. So we're going to be able to serve as a pipeline for those organizations, and a lot of these individuals hopefully will go on and raise huge amounts of capital, grow their companies and be able to hire our people and just make this cyclical empowerment happen, and then going from there. So congratulations to everyone listed. So if you are a small business owner or know a small business owner, this is not location specific. So you can be in California, New York, anywhere, it wouldn't matter. You could join our Fall Business Academy. That's going to start in October. Cohort size is going to be 5 to 10 businesses. It is a 9-week curriculum, so it does require a commitment of time. We go through everything from a business plan to pricing to your sales funnel, finding funding, and then ultimately we have a pitch day, which you come in and you pitch your business in front of different investors and things like that. So very exciting. If you're interested in that, definitely reach out to us. We meet typically every Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. via Zoom. That's kind of subject to change, but the big benefit is you get to meet advisors, mentors, investors. You get to learn from experts. We have different experts come in on different topics, and then you also get to network, which is very, very exciting. And if you're interested in that or know someone, make sure you have them send an email to academy@blackachievers.com. Okay, so are you looking for a new career? So this is the second thing that we're working on right now is our diversetalentpool.com. We are very close to launching this. We've had a tremendous amount of positive support centered around this. We have individuals working right now on the data landscape and getting the data into our database. So we're anticipating next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to start to get emails from us about Diverse Talent Pool, but we will want you to go ahead and sign up for an account, create an account, and then we'll have our like Gilman Partners, for example, posting jobs and different sponsors who have job opportunities, board opportunities, job fairs, any and everything you can think of. It's going to be an opportunity portal. So anything that our sponsors or individual allies want to bring to the table to put in front of our membership, as long as you have an account, you'll be in the loop, and we'll be sending out newsletters and more information about this in the next couple of weeks. So that's very exciting. So we also have investment opportunities, which we are really have started piloting under the leadership of Christopher Bennett. Since he has started with our leadership team, he's created a lot of opportunities for us in the real estate space and then also in a business acquisition space. So if you have not been part of that investment conversation, we'd like to invite you to start to connect with us in that, because one of the big things we have is the racial wealth gap. And one of the things that Black Achievers wants to achieve is to get opportunities for us to start making investments where we pull our money together and we invest in opportunities that we would not normally have access to have our money grow and start to uplift our community. So this is really revolutionary and transformational. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris Bennett so he can kind of walk through the details of where we are with our program. Mr. Bennett.
Good evening, everyone. It's so wonderful to be a part of this amazing movement that we're all embarking on. Before I go into the bullets, let me just say that as Michael just shared, and he could have just taken the slide if he needed to, our focus strategically is to provide access to opportunities that historically we just haven't had the ability to participate in. Through a strategy session we completed in December, we identified 2 asset classes where we felt that we could cultivate opportunities passively and actively. One asset class is real estate. We know that there are a number of individuals who are not only part of this call, but also a part of our broader network that not only are interested in investing passively, but are also already actively investing. So we thought it only made sense for us to create a platform to continue to cultivate that activity. The second one, which we're very excited about, is providing the opportunity to create business owners as well as create access to supporting those business owners. So when we talk about business equity, what we're specifically talking about in this example is the ability to support an operator to buy a business that's generating north of $1 million, and have the support of our network in acquiring that business growing their business, and then potentially exiting those investors with top-notch returns. So those are the two asset classes that we are seeking and building strategies around to create opportunities for you guys. I must mention one of our key partnerships in the business acquisition space is the Minority Business Accelerator Fund. Currently, they are embarking on a journey to raise a fund of $100 million dedicated to growing this region, specifically in minority and women-led leadership of businesses. So definitely want to make sure we acknowledge that. Also acknowledging our Entrepreneurship Through Acquisition program. This is a program we've created just for you guys. And one thing I will encourage you to do, and we're pressed for time, is that go to our YouTube page and definitely take a look. We have an exclusive event that we did talking about this particular program and the details of it. Initially, we were going to close the door in terms of receiving applications this Friday. We have pushed it out a week. This program is so transformational in terms of preparing individuals to acquire businesses that are definitely with revenues north of $1 million. We just feel like we want to make sure that we're opening the door wide enough for as many people who are ready to participate to do that. Our expectation is to close the application by the 9th of April and to kick off our program in May. More to come. Next, passive investment options available. What we have, it's just funny how things work together for those who serve the Lord. So what we have been able to do is just presenting the vision of what we're trying to accomplish in terms of creating access to additional opportunities. Opportunities have come. And one specific opportunity that we're proud to discuss tonight is an opportunity to work with Dream Home Concepts, LLC. This is actually an LLC, an investment group, who are members of our organization. And they have embarked on the journey to actually do a project here in Cincinnati. We are proud to be supporting them, and we also want to acknowledge that we're also seeking more opportunities to support. So as you guys are working on your different unique opportunities, whether it's house flipping, whether it's doing a build, please think of us and definitely reach out to us at investment@blackachievers.com. Please let us know about your opportunities. And we will work with you. And once again, Ken, thank you so much. The name of that particular group is called Dream Home Concepts, LLC. And just to go ahead and give you the names, Kay Battle and Brady Melton are the two entrepreneurs who are basically leading that effort. Once again, we have a lot that's happening in this space. We want to connect with you. We want to know what you are interested in investing in. Please reach out to us at investment@blackachievers.com.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Kind of move on. So we're going to jump into our first networking session. Mr. David Yoha will kind of walk us through this part of it, and we guys will get ready to network. Mr. Yoha.
Wow, very exciting stuff. Everyone, please participate in as many of the programs as you can based on what you think will help you the most. If you're not sure, just send us some questions and we'll be happy to answer them. Everyone, my name is David Yoha. I'm part of the executive team, and I wanted to quickly mention that we are a membership-driven organization. So I'd like to invite everyone that's not a paid member yet to join if you see the value. A few quick benefits of becoming a paid member. You can be part of our leadership team. You can support our nationwide growth. As you see, we're opening chapters, and we can keep doing events like this. So send an email to membership@blackachievers.com for more information, and we can answer any questions you have. Okay, let's get to the market, to the networking. This is the DNA of Black Achievers, basically helping people network and connect. The way it works, everyone is going to be randomly put into groups of 4 or 5 in breakout rooms. The objective of the breakout room, each session is to get to know each other quickly by answering the segment question. So this segment question is, what are your top 1 or 2 goals you want to accomplish in 2021? So you have some flexibility, but this is the format that we suggest for the breakout room. The first 30 seconds to quickly go around the room. Everyone introduces themselves, quick 30-second introduction. Then you spend 1 minute answering the question and use that as a conversation starter. And then you spend another minute to discuss connection opportunities or anything else you want. And then when the breakout room is ending, we suggest you exchange information if you want, and we typically would suggest your LinkedIn information. A couple important tips before we start. One is when you go into the breakout rooms, be sure to unmute yourself. And you can always leave the breakout room for any reason. So I'm going to set things up. So gather your thoughts and we'll get started in just a few seconds.
We have diverse.
Oh, crap.
Michael, you're on
Mike,
mute.
you're on mute. Sorry.
All right, Dave muted me. All right. Thanks, Dave. So we have ArtsWave, Janice Lindberg for director. I guess if you want to share your screen, and she's going to give a presentation. Then after that, we're going to have Leadership Council and Jenny Berg, and then we'll go into another networking session after that. Hi, Janice.
Thank you, Michael. And let me just find the screen I want to share. There we go.
Great.
Everybody see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. So good evening, everyone. I'm Janice Liebenberg. I am with ArtsWave. I'm the Director of Equitable Arts Advancement and Corporate Giving for the organization. We are so thrilled to be part of Black Achievers as the title sponsor this year. We wholeheartedly believe in Michael Moore and his team and the mission of this organization. So thank you, thank you, thank you for having us this evening. I have a very short presentation. I want to share a little bit about why the arts is important for our region, what it is we do at ArtsWave, what are some of our investments that we've made over the last year or so. And then I'm going to go off script and share a little bit of art with you. So bear with me here. So, what does the arts do for our region? Well, the arts is just not something nice to have. It is actually vital to the health of our region and to each of us individually. The arts bring national attention to Cincinnati. We were just named top 20 most arts vibrant city in the US, and that happened in 2020, which was the first year we broke into the top 20. So very excited about that. More people know about Cincinnati and what we do here, and that is thanks to the arts and the arts organizations and what they do with their programming. The arts also bring us together. 72% of Americans, through a national study, believe that the arts unify our communities regardless of age, race, ethnicity, and religion. So truly bring us together. And the arts don't care who you are or where you come from. It's important to come together to enjoy some arts as a unity. And then the arts is also very important to our economy. The nonprofit sector, which is the arts, is made up of 225 small businesses. They employ about 10,000 people, and collectively, the arts sector has a $3 million economic impact on our region every year. Well, not in 2020 because of obvious reasons, but the arts programming, remember Blink brought in 1.5 million people to over the Rhine and our downtown over 4 days. But people who come here, they stay in our hotels, they eat at our restaurants, they frequent our shops, and collectively that economic impact is just over $300 million for our region every year. So what do we do? Well, we are the first and largest community arts campaign in the nation. ArtsWave got its start in 1927 with an endowment from Anna Sinton and Charles Taft. They gave the city of Cincinnati via ArtsWave $1 million and challenged the people here to, if they raised $2.5 million, that they would give $1 million of their own money to create this endowment that is ArtsWave, to preserve the arts for generations to come. So over the past 7 decades, the ArtsWave community campaign has raised and invested $350 million, and we make 100+ grants to arts organizations and projects each and every year. We provide infrastructure and services for arts organizations, and we do truly connect the public to arts experiences that happen right here in our community. So when an arts community is thriving, and just not in our community, but everywhere, but when a community is thriving because of the arts, it grows our economy, it builds our talent base. People move here for jobs, people stay here after they've moved here, and we deepen the roots in our region. We prepare our kids for the jobs of tomorrow. We make memories. The arts enliven our neighborhoods. You've all seen the murals. And as the study said, it breaks down barriers for the people who live in a thriving arts community. Now, a proud statistic for ArtsWave is that we have invested more than $1 million in BIPOC arts since September of 2019. We have made a ton of grants available with different buckets here, but we actually created a grants program specifically for African American arts organizations. And just last year, with the help of an affinity group of ArtsWave called the Circle of African American Leaders for the Arts, ArtsWave was able to invest $255,000 in 18 projects led by African American artists or who primarily serve an African American community. And last year, at the end of the year, we have for the first time invested in individual artists and made available a grants program for Black and Brown artists under the theme of truth and reconciliation, because everybody was hurting in 2020, and we received some wonderful applications and were able to award 27 grants to 27 individuals for a total of $271,000. But overall, it is a continuation of our strategy, which we created in 2015, that one of our pillars will be to bridge cultural divides through the arts. And so I want to move on, because I know that after our last presentation in January, a lot of you reached out to me, and I was able to connect you to the right individuals based on your interest. But ways that this group can get involved with the arts and ArtsWave is we have a board training program called Boardway Bound that just announced that it will be resumed in fall. So now I can actually tell you that this program is coming back in autumn of this year. So if you are interested in serving an arts organization on their boards, we can provide training for you. We have an annual campaign that raises 10+ millions of dollars every year for the arts organizations in our city. So if you want to help us with the campaign, we would love to have you volunteer. We have a grant review program that is strictly made up of community members. Right now, we're actually looking for panelists. So we'd love to hear from you if you are interested in helping us decide where the money should go, who should receive the money out of all the arts organizations, or how much based on the good work that they are doing in our community. We'd love for you to advocate for a workplace campaign with your employers. If you find yourself with nothing to do, go to artswave.org/guide. As the weather becomes nicer and everybody is getting vaccinated and still wearing their masks, we will have a ton of opportunity with outdoor festivals very safely with our partnership with the Hamilton County Parks. And then I've alluded to ArtsWave's Circle of African American Leaders for the Arts. It's our affinity group started by Mel Gravely, Dolores Hargrove Young, and Edgar Smith about 5 years ago with 37 individuals. We've grown since to more than 100 members, but a portion of our members' donations to ArtsWave goes directly to fund Black arts. So if any of these sound appealing to you, please contact me, Janice Liebenberg at artswave.org. If you want to support the campaign this year, we have $11 million goal. Artswave.org/give is where you need to go. And as I shared with you, I am going to go off screen and share a different screen because I don't usually show up at a party without anything. I usually come prepared. So I wanted to share a little bit of art with you. This young man is Preston Charles. He was one of the recipients of the Truth and Reconciliation Grants Program, and he's an emerging artist with so much passion. And just a quick little snippet of the arts that we do support at ArtsWave. Here we go.
I think you have to reshare it and share the volume. We can't hear it.
Okay.
It'll be a little box at the bottom right of the screen when you click share that says share audio. That should do it.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to be using a loop pedal and some other things to actually do a live composition.
Thank you so much for allowing me to do that. That is your moment of mindfulness for Wednesday. And thank you, Michael, for having Arts Wave as part of Black Achievers. This is a small part. And we, again, as I said, we believe in you and your mission. And your success is our region's success. So thank you for all you do. And thank you, everyone, for listening. That is all I have. So I will stop sharing my screen.
Thank you,
I've
Janet.
already done it.
Great. Appreciate it, especially that last part. That was so amazing.
You're welcome.
Thanks for that. Okay, so next we're going to move on to Miss Jenny Berg with the Leadership Council, and she's going to give a presentation and talk to us about the board training program. Jenny?
Great. Thank you, Michael. Let me get started here. So thank you, everyone, for chiming in tonight and learning a little bit more about the great arts community and other communities. And the arts sector, as Janice says, is part of a larger nonprofit ecosystem. And there are tens of thousands of nonprofits and over 5,000 good-sized organizations in our region. And all of those organizations are always looking for board members. And there's we've worked with a partner at UC in the econ department, Michael Jones, who does a lot of research. And I think he did research that showed about 15,000 nonprofit board positions are needed every year. So you are all needed on nonprofit boards. My name is Jenny Berg, as Michael said, and I'm the Executive Director of Leadership Council for Nonprofits. So thanks for being here. One of the things that I wanted to share, here we go. One of the things that I wanted to share was about our BOLD program. BOLD stands for Board Orientation and Leadership Development. This is a program that's been around for 30 years. First 28 were with United Way of Greater Cincinnati, and we took over the program in 2019 and worked very much to think about what BOLD had been for United Way. And our objective was to expand that further into our community and open the doors wider, as we believe that anyone has skills and talents for being on a nonprofit board. And we knew we were missing some people. So we've been working really hard to rethink the program, rebuild it, and relaunched it. And we had 2 classes graduate in 2019. We were ready to launch our 3rd class in 2020 when we had to stop and couldn't do it in person. And so we took that time to really think through how we could deliver the BOLD program differently and increase access for all. And so now we've moved to a virtual platform, and it is an opportunity for e-learning as well as in-person synchronous learning. These are new terms to me. I didn't know what asynchronous learning was until last year, and now I do. So our program has moved to an asynchronous and then synchronous learning. And really, as this slide shows, our purpose is to build stronger board leaders willing to serve our nonprofit leaders, or nonprofit organizations. Our Leadership Council is a network of nonprofits. We are over 220 nonprofit organizations strong and growing every single year. And we have the opportunity to bring this program to our community and allow our classes. We have our current class BOLD, BOLD's 5 right now going on, and we're halfway through that. And that program has 40 people in it. There's 48% minority representation in that class, and our goal is to hit 50. I'm sure we can get over that. So we need all of your help to consider going through our program. It's a great opportunity to become more educated, for all of us to become more educated about what the roles and responsibilities of a board, nonprofit board are, both the legal, the financial, how to work with folks like Gilman Partners, I know who's on this call too, to think through the succession of the executive director CEOs as they transition. We do a lot of work in learning more about the whole nonprofit landscape. We learn about, as I mentioned, the financial and legal aspects of things, as well as we bring in great nonprofit leaders who are really applying principles to their nonprofit organizations that the board members help them with. So we are really trying to change the face of nonprofit boards, and we welcome anyone who wants to be part of that. We have a really strong curriculum, and We also, through this curriculum and through the program, we work to not only just educate our bold participants, but also help place them on nonprofit boards. As I mentioned, we have a large network, over 220 nonprofits, and there's many more in the city too. And we will do our best that we can to try to better understand what their passions, their causes that are important to the individual are, so that we can match those folks to those nonprofits. And we ask our bold participants to observe a board meeting so they get that experience. They have access to our great faculty and speakers and our nonprofit leaders as well that they get through the class. And it's a great opportunity to network. It's also a great opportunity and Michael, you said in your mission was to connect, educate, and economically empower the African-American community. BOLD is a great program to connect with 39 other individuals in your class, and as well as the BOLD alumni that we have, which numbers in the thousands. We also to get educated again on the board's roles and responsibilities and the nonprofits ecosystem and the challenges in our community. And serving on a board has proven to be one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself, or your employer can give to you, or you as an employer can give to others. And it helps your career in so many different ways. You get to build on your own skill set that maybe you can apply that might be different than the ones you use at work. You get to meet an additional great group of people from other board in other board roles and learn more about the community. I know that's what impacted me most in my career when I first served on the board starting 22 years ago. But I wish I had known there was a BOLD program then. I didn't, and I missed out. So this gives everybody a chance, whether you are an employer and want to help your employees develop and value that. Board service is a great thing to encourage them to do. If you're a nonprofit leader yourself and you're looking to better understand the roles of nonprofits, BOLD is a great opportunity to do that. You can understand the role of the board and what role you play as a leader in the nonprofit, or if you're another person just seeking to better understand and to serve nonprofit. Those are the three types of folks that we generally get through the program, and all are welcome. This just gives you a quick synopsis of what the program is. It is a 9-week program, including the orientation and the graduation. And we really focus on diversity and cultural competency within this program, and the other things that I mentioned: legal, finance, strategic planning, and character strengths. We partner with the Meyerson Academy to have each of our BOLD participants better understand their character strengths and play those out. Those are very important to know as you are serving on a board. So that is, in a nutshell, what BOLD is all about. We welcome all of you. Our application is now open for actually our BOLD 6, 7, and 8 class, but particularly the BOLD 6 is up next, and the application window closes April 9th. And then the week following that, we will make our decision from the applications for our BOLD 6 class. And we welcome all of you to think about that. There is a cost to that, and their cost is the information is on our website. You can go to leadershipcouncil.us and find out more, or contact me at Jenny Berg at leadershipcouncil.us. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jenny, for that great presentation. The BOLD program has been amazing. I think we've gotten 4 or 5 people already into the organization. So
yeah, I saw Tanya and Mac and Dion Mac are on this call. So shout out to our BOLD grads.
That's right. You're a BOLD alumna. So that's great. So anybody else who's interested, you can contact Jenny directly, or you can give me a shout and I'll get you in contact with them as soon as I can. Thank you very much.
Thank
All right, we're about to jump right back into another networking session. So get ready to meet some new individuals. And Dave will go ahead.
Okay. Well, thanks to our sponsors for sharing more about their organizations. We enjoy working with them, and what they do really helps the community. Okay, let's get back to networking. And I always like to kind of go over the structure just in case we have new people sign in since the last one. So the way it works, basically everyone's going to be randomly put into groups of 4 or 5 into breakout rooms. The objective is to get to know each other by answering the segment question. So this segment question is, what are your most pressing concerns in 2021? Employment, COVID, retirement, etc. And the format that we suggest is 30 seconds to quickly introduce yourself to each other. 1 minute to answer the segment question as a conversation starter, and then 1 minute to discuss connection opportunities or anything else you want. When the breakout room is ending, that's when you can connect. Usually LinkedIn is the best way to do it. A couple important tips: be sure to unmute yourself once you get into the breakout room, and you can always leave the breakout room for any reason. Okay, so I'm going to get the sessions going. So gather your thoughts, and it'll be just a second.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It is great to be back with all of you. Since we all met in December, my team has had a really great opportunity to connect with so many Black Achievers members, and we really appreciate those connections. My name is Angel Beats. I'm one of the 2 co-managing partners of Gilman Partners. And as I shared with you back in December, we're an executive search, talent acquisition, and leadership development firm here in Cincinnati. I have 3 of my colleagues on tonight as well: Denny Casamelio, who you've probably chatted with in some of the groups, Sarah Benner, and David Ginsburg. So glad they could join us as well. I'm not going to spend too much time tonight talking about who we are. Fortunately, we've connected with many of you, and you're seeing our job posts through LinkedIn and through the newsletter, and we'll be part of that diverse talent pool. We're excited when that platform comes out here in the next few weeks. Put up a lot of our job postings on that site. So please look for us there and really engage with us and apply for those positions. What I want to do tonight instead is briefly talk to you about a couple of talent priorities that we think are really critical right now for employers, and then also share a few talent trends that we see for job seekers too, those of you who are out in the market looking for new opportunities. So in terms of employers, and I've already met with several of you out there who own your own businesses or work for other organizations, we really think the hiring boom is coming. And we talk about high unemployment right now, but in terms of companies getting ready to hire, it's exploding. And our business has been showing that as well. So we're telling employers to get ready. And that really means taking an assessment of your team currently, looking at any holes and opportunities, where you might need to do some scaling up in terms of skills, and get ready for that. And then when you're ready, jump in and start hiring before other employers take that top talent on the market. We would also encourage you to really think about organizational culture. For some organizations who've been working remotely for this past year, there's going to be a real challenge when everyone's able to come back together, hopefully this spring or summer, and really build that culture back up in the office. And those organizations that are moving toward more remote work full-time, or even a split remote in-person formula, I think there just needs to be some readjustment of culture. How are things going to look in your organization with this balance of remote work and in-person work? And then lastly, through the past year, we've heard so many CEOs and leaders tell us that during hard times, they were able to really see who on their team stepped up and rose to the occasion and who didn't. And so those employees who stepped up and really did a great job are the ones that you really want to keep around, and the ones you have to think about investing in and retaining. So we see a lot of investment right now in leadership development and employers thinking about what they can do to keep their top talent in their organization and not lose them. As you all know, starting over and having to rehire those positions is expensive and time consuming as well. From the job seeker perspective, we would tell you that it really is becoming a job seekers market, and take advantage of that. And by taking advantage of it, I mean, really take this opportunity to think about what kind of organization you want to work for, what kind of culture you want to be part of, and think about really great questions to ask, because you are interviewing the employer as much as they're interviewing you. And really you do both parties a service by asking good questions, making sure that you want to work for that organization and that they really want you as well. So ask those good questions and make sure it's a good fit. Virtual interviewing is here to stay for a while. And if you need some help brushing up on those skills, our website, gilmanpartners.com, has some candidate resources that offers some virtual interviewing tips. So feel free to check those out. But even if you're interviewing virtually, if there's a plan to return to the office, we would encourage you to sort of still get that experience. Drive to the office and know how far away it is. Have an opportunity to get a tour of the plant or of the office, so you have a sense of the culture and the people too, because you really want to make sure that not just you get the job, once you get there, it's in person later, you want to work in that culture. And then lastly, we see resumes still being part of the job search process, but LinkedIn is where it's at. And ultimately, I think resumes will go away and LinkedIn is where we'll really be looking for candidates' information. If you do still use both, and you probably are in the job searching process, make sure your resume matches your LinkedIn profile. The dates line up, the information lines up. It can cause a lot of confusion if those don't align. So those are some tips. If you want more resources, our website, gilmanpartners.com, has a list of all of our open jobs right now. You also can sign up for our Sunday night jobs emails and see what jobs we have coming up every week. So it was good connecting with all of you today. I look forward to the next networking session here in a bit, and hopefully we'll continue to connect with more of you down the road.
Thanks so much, Angel, for that presentation. Appreciate it. And thanks for your support. And our last sponsor for the night to talk is Kelly Bonnell. She is with Main Street Ventures, and she's going to give a brief introduction and presentation. Hey, Kelly.
Yes, last but not least, I mean,
Oh, well,
you could add that in for me, Michael. Thank you.
That's for last.
Well, all right. Can everyone see my screen all right? Perfect. Let me get that started then. Oh, let me hold on 1 second. Sorry. Share the wrong screen with you. There we go. Well, it is a pleasure to be here tonight, and thank you, Michael and Black Achievers, all of you, for allowing Main Street Ventures and myself to be a part of this. We are a new sponsor for Black Achievers, and we're so excited to be here and support specifically of the Business Academy program. And so I was so thrilled to hear the update from Michael about where that program is and the progress you guys are making with 10 selected. Super excited to continue to stay on top of that and hear the updates from you guys on that. So I am going to spend just a second going over who Main Street is, since this is the first time I think that we've been formally introduced to the Black Achievers group. So we have actually been around for a long time. I lovingly refer to us as the OGs of the entrepreneurship community in Cincinnati. I have only been in my position for 8 months. It's been a whirlwind of fun and information in these 8 months, and learning all about our Startup Cincy ecosystem. So one thing to impart on all of you who are maybe in the earlier stages of your business: there are so many resources out there for you, and the Business Academy is a fantastic one that Black Achievers has started. So we were started in 2000. We actually started as the first, pretty much probably the first co-working space for entrepreneurs, specifically tech entrepreneurs in Cincinnati. And then in 2010, Michael mentioned us before, but some of you may be familiar with the organization, the accelerator program called the Brandery. We own the Brandery. That is us. We started that. And then in 2018, as we all know, pivot is the word of the pandemic. But I think we were pivoting to meet the needs of the entrepreneur community before pivoting became a thing in COVID times. And so in 2018, we noticed a shift in what the entrepreneurship community needed and what gap we could fill. And so we began our grant giving program, which is what I'm here to really talk to you guys about tonight. And that was really formed because our founders recognized that the biggest access to entrepreneurship, the biggest barrier to access to entrepreneurship, is financial support. And it's specifically more challenging, as I'm sure all of you know, for historically underrepresented founders, and we define that as women and people of color. And so we specifically started our grant giving program to break down those barriers. We have a major focus on empowering good ideas and empowering good founders. We want to, with our grants and the businesses we give, we want to attract and retain qualified talent into our region. And most importantly, we want to make sure that with what we're doing, we're helping to create a diverse and inclusive ecosystem for our economy. Our impact to date, specifically for our grant giving programs, we've put a little over $1 million into the local economy, 30 LEAP grants, 6 organizational grants, of which Black Achievers is one of those. And 2 stats that I'm probably most proud of for our organization are 76% of our grants have been awarded to historically underrepresented founders, women or people of color. And then 93% of all of our LEAP grantees are still in existence today. And that's specifically on our LEAP grant program, which I'll go over in a second, because we just started a secondary grant program this year. So all the stats today are only on our one grant program. So with that, we have 3 grant programs: our launch funding, our LEAP funding, and our learn funding. Our launch funding grant, which was new this year, well, actually, let me take a step back. All of our grants run on a quarterly cycle. So we're actually getting ready, which is perfect timing for this meeting. We are getting ready to open up our next cycle tomorrow, April 1st, and it will end at the end of May. And then during that time, we offer office hours for you to connect. So if you check out our website, there's a link to a calendar where you can schedule office hours with us, as well as a ton of other information, of course, on all of our grant programs and the applications. You guys can check that out if you're interested. Would love to see you guys apply. But a little bit about each one of these. Our launch is for pre-revenue stage businesses. The grant award is for between $5,000 and $10,000, and it's project-based, meaning you have a specific defined need for your business and to how it will help, how our grant funding will help it grow. And our application is written in a way that helps you answer it pretty succinctly and helps you think about it from a project-based standpoint. And then our LEAP grant is a revenue stage business. So you have been in business for a little bit and you have revenue that really proves that you've got a market and a good concept for your business. That grant award is between $10,000 and $30,000. And again, it's project-based. You need to demonstrate that our grant money will help your business get to the next level, take that next leap per se. And then our Learn funding grants go to support organizations and events for the startup community. So again, great example is Black Achievers was a fantastic recipient of one of our organizational Learn grants to support the Business Academy program. So again, well, here are some of our grantees. You could check out a full listing of them on our website and in our annual report. But you'll see here, probably the biggest thing to highlight is that each one of these on the grant ask, it went to fund something that would help them continue the momentum of their business growth. Super excited to support Black Coffee. They were one of our first actually grant recipients, and we helped Means, if you guys know him, I'm sure a lot of you do on this call, purchase new equipment with that grant. And then, you know, in addition, one of our early grant recipients too was Healthy Roots Dolls. If you guys are familiar with that. Unfortunately, she moved to Detroit, but she needed to. It was a great place for her. But talk about major success story. So really, really interested in speaking with each of you and seeing, you know, if you have the potential to be added to our family of grant recipients. Again, the applications open up on April 1st. And our website address is right there. It's mainstreetventures.org with the street abbreviated. And please check it out. Schedule office hours with us. I'll put my information in the chat as well. Feel free to reach out directly to me. But I really hope to meet all of you, and I look forward to conversations and answering any questions you guys might have in office hours that you guys will schedule. So thank you again for allowing Main Street Ventures to be a part of Black Achievers and support of Black Achievers. And thank you for the opportunity to be here to give you that quick overview of who we are and what we do. So thank you again.
Thank you so much, Kelly. That was amazing. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, and now we're going to do a little bit of a member roundtables, give you guys a chance to meet some of our new and established members. And David will take it from here, and we'll just go through a few of these, and then we'll do our final breakout room before the evening. Go ahead, Dave.
Okay, well, thanks again to all our sponsors. We really appreciate everything you do to help. So our roundtable, this is an opportunity for our members to share their ideas or expertise with all of us. Today's theme is how to thrive in 2021. Each member will have about 3 minutes to share their ideas on how we can thrive. It could be a story, an anecdote, an idea, anything they want. So this is going to be pretty interesting. We've done this a few times. So I'm going to start with see who's here. Natalie Horn. She's a commercial payments risk product manager at Synovus.
Hey, Natalie, are you on?
I am on. I'm sorry. Let me get my video on. You see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
We
Okay.
do.
Need a few minutes.
Hi, hi everybody. I definitely, oh my God, I'm always enjoying myself every time I come to one of these sessions. Really, really enjoy myself. I had a pleasure talking to Michael, and I'm definitely gonna be connected, see if, you know, what we can do in hopefully the Lima area, open up some sort of chapter there. So I know more conversations on that. So me, myself, I'm in banking, maybe like 15 years in treasury. I like I told somebody else as I was meeting them too tonight. I told myself I have 3 dogs. If you want to know, you know my little back, I have 3 dogs, and that's mainly just me. But I've been in bank for 15 years, looking to work with Black Achievers and taking us to another level again, bringing that to the Lima area and just expanding. I just want to thank everybody. Looking forward to working with the team. I know Andre from Fifth Third Bank, Mike. I probably see you a couple of times myself at Fifth Third Bank. So just thank you guys for everything you do, and looking forward to more opportunities working with you.
Of course, Natalie.
Yeah.
Perfect. And that's and Natalie, thanks for the introduction into Leandre. So next is Leandre Mafajan. He's a business controls manager at Fifth Third.
Yeah, so I just wanted to talk a little bit tonight with everyone about, just thriving in 2021, right? So as a manager at Fifth Third Bank in the risk area, how I've been able to thrive, and I'm going to apply this kind of at the professional level, but it can be also applied in our personal lives, is we had to basically reimagine how processes are being performed, right? COVID was a tremendous impact negatively on a lot of businesses, large and small, right? And one of the ways it hit my space is, we had to look at doing a little bit more with a little bit less. Right. And those conversations are tough and never happens with, hey, in order to do more with less, we're going to spend money to make it more efficient. That doesn't happen. Right. So I sat with my team to just to let them know what was coming, and then talk about reimagining this process as it is today, and without a person. And, what that means is just jotting down or overlaying, if you will. We look at our current processes and then overlaying the new reimagining perspective, and then understanding and calling out those differences, right? And what we found is obviously, doing more with less is going to be a tough conversation, puts a strain on people. However, what we looked at from a reimagining standpoint was a little bit of automation, right? And we found that if we had some specific automation, we can actually do more with even less people. So we could repurpose 2 people, right? And that's kind of like gold to our executive ears. So, I would encourage you to reimagine processes in your professional life, and then highlight kind of current state and that reimagined state, and then take those things back with ideas and suggestions to your leadership to help them understand how things can be improved. But also in your personal lives, my children are grown, but I had coworkers and friends who had to reimagine life with children at home while they're on Zoom calls during the workday, or phone calls with children running around. So if anything to take away from, thriving in 2021, just reimagine how things should be, because gone are the days of going back to normal. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. And next, Michonne Stiles. She's an HR director. So Michonne, some thoughts?
Thank you, David. Just piggybacking on what everyone has already shared. to thrive in 2021 and moving forward, you just need to shift. You have to be extremely flexible and to allow yourself to shift and to expose yourself to things that you typically would not do professionally as well as personally, and to ensure that you have balance in what you do. I see so many employees going to work, corporate America, nonprofit, spending about 2,080 hours a year building a brand for someone else. And it's the rat race every day, and not taking advantage of the opportunities within the organizations where they are working. Spend this time identifying a weakness within yourself, a skill that you've wanted to develop, that you wanted to enhance, and identify it and tackle it while you have the time to do it at your present place of employment. Diversify your pie. And what I mean by that is step outside of what you are accustomed to doing and engage with volunteer organizations, nonprofit organizations, something that is different from what you currently do, so that your networking base will be more diverse than what it currently is. You never know when that linchpin is going to reach out and throw your name in the hat when you're not sitting at the table. So if you're going to thrive in 2021 and moving forward, just be flexible, extremely flexible, and try something that you've never tried before at your place of employment or within your own company to answer that question of why. Why am I still here? What's holding me back? What have I done in this space to be better? And just take that leap of faith and go for it. I hope that everyone on this call is an active member of Black Achievers. If you're not, I implore you, I encourage you to join. It's real easy. Just take a moment to just go to the website, enroll, activate your membership right now. It's going to be well worth every penny. Bye, guys.
Thanks, Michonne.
Welcome.
Thanks a lot, Michonne. And next, Jacqueline Johnson-Wilkinson. She's an experienced human resources business partner.
Thank you. And thank you all. I would agree. Tonight, I'm going to share with you something that I tell myself and that I've told myself. How do I strive and how have I strived since 2021 began? I tell myself, just keep moving, stretching, and growing. Just keep moving, stretching, and growing. Move out of those sedentary positions. 2020 had us sitting on the couch, sitting in front of our computers, sitting and not moving out of our own ways. So move your mind, move your body, and just move. Make sure that you stay agile in everything that you do. That's what I've been doing. I had a huge transition in 2020, not only the virus, but some other things personally. And so I had to adapt and what did they say? Pivot. I had to pivot. So I did. Make sure that you pivot. And then stretch. Stretch your body, your mind, and your mode of operating, how you're doing things. Give yourself a chance to pursue your passions. Seek advice from people. That's why we're here. That's why we're networking. Seek advice, but then go with your own gut. Go with your own gut. Trust your own gut. But be authentic. Be authentic and make sure that you're authentic to yourself and what you want to do, what your goals will be, and authentic to those you present yourself to. What do you want to do? So that they can help you and it can be reciprocated. And then grow your business. And what do I mean by that? You are your business. Grow you. Expand what you're doing, how you're doing it. Stay connected to people in different ways. For example, learn Zoom, learn Google Meet. 2020 brought a whole new world to some of us, some virtual meetings, some virtual encounters and virtual gatherings. So learn those tools because they're not going away. They'll be here. I promise you. We'll still be meeting on some level online. So make sure that you're learning those tools and using them to your advantage and connecting with those important people. Don't be a fly on the wall. Engage and interact the way we're doing here. Make sure that you're connected to Black Achievers, those members that you've met here tonight on LinkedIn. There's new, and get familiar with new applications such as Shaper and Clubhouse, and then Facebook groups. Look for mentors. We can never stop learning. We never stop learning and gathering. And make sure you give back. Make sure that you're giving as much as you're wanting to receive. But the main thing is to plan. Plan what you want to do, navigate, and then plant the seeds that you want to manifest. Plant the seeds. So do me a favor, write it down. Just keep moving, stretching, and then making sure that you continue to grow your business, which is us. Thank you. And I thank you for this gathering. It's been a great gathering of information. Continue networking, Black Achievers. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Jacqueline.
Thanks a lot. That's really, really good stuff. Reimagine your situation, where you are, plan how you want to get there, be flexible, try something new, learn a new skill, and keep moving, stretching, and growing. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you.